on the vlog again. Just can't wait to do a vlog again. The life I love is making vlogs for my friends, and I can't wait to do a vlog again. Doing a vlog again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again. And I can't wait to do a vlog again. Hello everyone and welcome back to The Top Vloggers. As always, I am your host, High and Mighty Joe, hanging out with
your co-host, the lovely Cat.
And as you can see, we have Aaron in the back. We have another great vlog for you today. This one is on the history of Converse, Indiana. It should be fun, exciting, and educational.
You can join us on all of our social media websites, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Top Vloggers. Also, if you'd like to help us reach the top, you can do so by going to www.patreon.com/thetopvloggers. Without your help and support, these vlogs would be almost impossible to do. There will be a link in the description below.
And if you're new here, don't forget you can hit that subscribe button, take it one step further, ring the notification bell, and it'll keep you up to date on all the future adventures that we will be going on the channel. So let's get going. Today's vlog brings us to historic Converse, Indiana. Let's take a drive around and learn a little bit more about this place.
Converse, Xenia, established 1849 by O. Macy and W. Elliott. When this town was laid out in April 1849 by O. H. P. Macy and Willis Elliott, it was given the name Xenia. The first house was erected by Henry Overman the following summer. It was a log structure, 15 by 18 feet, and stood on the Delphi Road, now known as Miami Street. Later, an addition was made to the building in which the first stock of goods ever brought to Converse was offered for sale. In order to reach the store, customers were compelled to pass through the living rooms of Mr. Overman's family. James Moda Carpenter and Joseph Brasington, a cabinet maker, were among the early settlers. The former built his residence at the corner of Marion and Jefferson, and the latter at the corner of Jefferson and Sycamore Streets. In 1852, Mr. Macy, one of the proprietors, erected a building for mercantile purposes and opened the first general store of consequence in the town. This building was afterward occupied for several years by Daniel Mendenhall. Other merchants were John and Quincy Baldwin, Christian Life, Cooper and Scott, James Grimes, and Alicia Draper.
The original plat of Converse embraced a small tract in the northern part of Section 32 and showed 32 lots and 4 streets. Jefferson, which runs north and south and is crossed by Wabash, Marion, and Sycamore. After about a year after the town was laid out, all of these lots have been sold. In March 1856, O. H. P. Macy and Thomas Addington platted an addition of 40 lots.
F. M. Davis's addition to the town, consisting of 29 lots, was made in 1867, and 2 years later J. W. Edward and J. N. Converse each platted additions, the aggregate of which was 32 lots. Several additions have been made since that time as the growth of the town demanded more room.
Converse, or Xenia as it was called, experienced a boom soon after the close of the Civil War when the Panhandle Railroad was built through the town. Then a number of sawmills were established in the immediate vicinity, and large quantities of lumber were shipped from Converse, scarcely one day passing without one or more carloads going out to some of the factories in the large cities of the East. E. S. Lee established a planing mill and stave factory about 1869. A mill for making tow from flax was afterwards added, and then the firm of Lee and Patterson carried on the line of business until the destruction of the mill by fire in 1874.
A. B. Fisher began the manufacture of staves in 1870, and a few years later, John Coyle started a tow and flax mill. Fisher removed his stave factory to Union City about 1875, and Coyle, after operating his flax mill for some time, sold out to Lehman, Rosenthal, and Krause of Peru, who removed the mill to that city about 1879 and 1880. Other early industries were the flour mill of Wright and McFeely, which changed hands a number of times during the first decade of its existence and the tannery started by A.J. Saxton about 1866.
In 1873, the auditor of the Miami County directed the surveyor of the county to lay off and plat all of the irregular lots in the town so that they could be listed for tax purposes in a systematic manner. The survey was accordingly made, and the plat filed by the county surveyor has since been known as the official plat of Converse, which we are in right now.
A second boom came to the town upon the discovery of natural gas in the vicinity and a number of new manufacturing concerns located at Converse. Among them were the Xenia Hoop Works, the Woolen Mills, the Hoosier Canning Company, the Peerless Glass Company, the Chandelier Works, a carriage factory, and the Malleable Steel Works. When the supply of gas failed, some of these factories were discontinued or removed elsewhere.
The first hotel in Converse was opened by James Mote, and a large part of his patronage came from prospectors who visited the new town in quest of business opportunities. He was succeeded by Claiborne Wright, and in 1868 a regular hotel building was erected by George Wood on Jefferson Street, a short distance south of the railroad. It was destroyed by fire in 1884. In 1868, Charles P. Thew, a journalist who was not afraid to venture, started the Xenia Gazette, an account of which, as well as its successors, will be found in the chapter on educational development.
The first schoolhouse erected for the accommodation of the children of the town was built in 1866. It was a modest frame building and stood in the western part of the village.
By 1872, it became too small to serve the purpose for which it was erected, and a two-story brick building took its place at the cost of $8,000.
2 rooms were afterward added to the building, and as thus remodeled, it was used until by 1896, when the present commodious building was erected at the cost of $25,000.
In 1894, the superintendent of the town schools made application to the State Board of Education for a commissioned high school, and after an investigation as to the condition of the schools, the State Board granted the commission early in 1895.
In the school year of 1912 to 1913, there were 10 teachers employed in the Converse Public Schools, and they received in salaries $5,021.50. A fire department was organized on July 1st, 1885, with 22 members, and those who have witnessed its works assert that it is one of the best of its kind in the state of Indiana. Converse also has a well-equipped system of waterworks using both the direct pressure and standpipe methods.
About 2 years after the town was laid out, a class of Wesleyan Methodists was organized, and a little later a small log church was erected. After several years, dissension rose among the members, and the last meeting of the church was held sometime in 1870. The United Brethren Church was organized in 1856, the Methodist a year before that date, the Christian Church in 1868, and the Presbyterian Church in 1870. Now the Converse of present day commands the large trade from the people living in southeastern part of Miami County, the northwestern part of Grant, and the northeastern part of Howard. It is the principal shipping point on the Panhandle Railroad between Marion and Logansport. Converse has a bank with a capital stock of $25,000, a home telephone company, Sun Manufacturing Enterprises, a large grain elevator, and more.
The United States Census of 1900 gave Converse a population of 1,415. About the time that report was issued, the supply of natural gas gave out, and in 1910 the population was officially reported as 1,164.
Although these figures show a decrease in the number of inhabitants, there has been no lack of energy on the part of the people of Converse, and the town holds second place in Miami County, being excelled in population and wealth only by the city of Peru, which is your hometown. Is that not right, my lovely?
Yes, it is.
The Miami County Agricultural Association holds its annual fair and races at Converse every autumn in its mecca for the people of Miami County. The citizens of Peru usually turn out in large numbers to this, the only fair in the county. Converse has also, for a number of years, supported the summer Chautauqua, which is likewise well attended right here in the city of Converse. And oh, there's a old buggy, and that was beautiful. I love old buggies. Well, thank you so much for coming on this vlog. I hope you guys learned a lot and enjoyed it. I always enjoy going to a place and learning the history of it, whether I have heard of it before, whether I've been there before, or whether it's a place that I am very comfortable with and know like my own hometown of Kokomo. Even when we did the vlog there, I learned things like about the man who was the mayor and was shot in downtown. So it's always nice to be able to learn different things about different places, and I sure had a great time.
You're right. It is wonderful learning new things about different places or places you are familiar with. You can always stay tuned and learn more as we go on.
And don't forget, we will be back each and every single day with another video just for you. And we will see you again tomorrow. Top Vloggers, out.